Okay, now it's finally recording. Here we have the first video on the SP standard. I have lumped a bunch of standards together for SP. It stands for stats and probability, but it's interpreting data, making inferences, and drawing conclusions from stats and stuff. So it's a bunch, like 3 standards all lumped together. So this is the video series for review for the Spring 2019 Second Semester Math 3 Final Exam. And like I'm saying on every video as a disclaimer, so nobody can sue me, this list in this video series is not all-inclusive of everything you may see on the final. You are responsible for studying and reviewing everything we've gone over the entire year. Okay? Now here's a blast from the past, analyzing the data and justifying your answer and predicting the next 2 values. You guys remember the question on the last 2 unit tests that looked like this? You guys remember that? Okay, this one is a repeat of one of the questions from the topic 6 test, I believe. You are supposed to look at the data, and if it's linear, what am I looking for? What's the difference for linear? What am I looking for? Somebody say common difference. Yeah, common difference. What am I looking for quadratic? Second difference is constant. And what am I looking for exponential? Yeah, common ratio. Okay? You have to remember those basic definitions and then look at your terms. Let's go. We're increasing by 1 each time. So what's happened as I go from one term to the next? Multiplying by 1/3. Multiplying by 1/3. Multiplying by 1/3. Remember, a common ratio is always multiplying. So if you have a multiply by a fraction, that's fine. That's what you guys think is division. So, would you guys justify, look at what I've wrote right here. Is that justification enough? Somebody say no. No. What you'd have to do is say, it looks like the common ratio is multiplying by 1/3 for each successive term. That would be satisfactory. Okay? Justify your choice by writing down that answer and predict. Let's go. If you start with 1/3, what's 1/3 times 1/3? Be 1/9. Times 1/3 would be 1/27. That's how you can justify terms 5 and 6. Any questions on that concept right there? Okay? No questions? The next one is from interpreting a two-way table, and this is really easy if you remember the concepts we've talked about. They're going to look at this table right here. This is a two-way frequency table. These are the counts. Remember the counts of each people. The question here is, let's see, it says answer for the next 3 questions on the next page. Let's see if you guys can look at this. How many 10th graders like rock? Somebody tell me. How many 10th graders like rock? 30. It's the intersection of 10th graders and rock. Okay? So it's the conditional relative frequency, in other words, the count of 10th graders liking rock. It's the intersection. That's going to be 30. Then it's going to ask you, what percent of the survey are 9th graders? Look at this table. How do I find the percent are 9th graders? Yeah, it's going to be the marginal relative frequency. 10 divided by 50. What is that one? Isn't that 20%? So you would take the count, 10 divided by 50, and express that. That's 0.2. How's that expressed as a percent? 20%. Okay? You guys need to review and reread frequency. That's what we're talking about. Two-way frequency table or relative frequency for joint or marginal. And we'll talk more about that on the next video. Any questions on this one?